Good evening. The time is now 6:45. I'd like to call this pension board meeting for the town of Plainfield to order and ask for a roll call.
Art Gagnon.
Kevin Cunningham. And I did not hear from other members, so we'll just continue on. Item C, approval of minutes for the pension meeting dated February 13th, 2023.
Christie's name is spelled incorrectly. There's no E at the end. Call to order. The amount for the pension is wrong. It was $906.47. Scott Gardner did not make that motion. I did. And Scott seconded it. Dean did not. And the adjournment, Dean did not make the motion. Scott did. That's it.
So, would you like to amend your motion with the amended items?
Corrections made
With corrections, okay. So we have a motion with corrections from Dean. Do we have a second?
Yes, sir.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
On to new business, there's just one item in there. If you would turn to the new business section. You have one retirement from the police department, and that's Paul Gaddu. We've been working on making sure we have the correct numbers and correct dates, so if there is no issue, we're looking for, after 22 years of employment, it would be for Paul Gaddu starting retro for October 1st, I should say 2022. At the top there, for the amount of $3,256.78. So that would be it for Paul Gaddu, starting October 1st, 2022. For the amount of $3,256.78.
Make a motion to approve the pension for Paul Gaddu for $3,256.78 per month, starting on October 1st, 2022.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
That is all for our pension business for this month. Entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Art, and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. The time is 6:49. Good evening. The time is now 7 p.m. This is the Board of Selectmen meeting for March 13th. I'd like to call this to order and ask you to please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, and now we can go into a roll call.
Art Gagnon.
Scott Gardner.
Kevin Cunningham. And item C, approval of the meeting minutes from Board of Select meeting February 27th, 2023.
Make a motion to approve the meeting minutes for 2/27/23.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Item D, public comment. If there's anybody from the public that wishes to speak, now is the time.
Tom Sinkowitz. I had a question in regards to the Lions Park project. Talking with some historical society members recently, they were curious about the future of the gazebo that's over there, because the gazebo currently has a long history, a lot of ceremonies, a lot of events that have happened around it. So the curiosity is, what's the future of the gazebo with all the activity that's going to be going around it?
Okay. The plan is on the maps, actually move it just off to the side a little bit, maybe about 10 feet off to the east, because what we need to do is we need to put in the crushed stone, the ADA compliant pathways. So it's going to stay there, power will still be to it, it will still be utilized. Okay. Anybody else? Okay. Hearing none, we'll move on to E, all business, of which there is none, and then item F. Before we start in with the other items that are listed here, I'd like to entertain a motion to add item 6, contracting the town hall fire alarm system, and also banned town hall sprinkler work to be done.
Make a motion to add item 6.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, so item number 1 is to consider an act on tax refunds as requested by the tax collector totaling $1,149.79. That is for ACAR Leasing Ltd.
Motion to approve the tax refund for $1,149.79.
Motion's made.
I'll second.
Thank you, Scott. Thank you, Art. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Item number 2, discuss updated request from the town budget funding from American Legion Post 91. I did mention last time that we'll still continue getting requests coming in, and this happened to be one. In your packet, you'll note that there's a letter there from American Legion Post 91 requesting monies from the town of Plainfield in the amount of $2,000. I will continue to add these to your final packet, so this is for your, and that grand total is $126,861.95. That's to be broken down between multiple departments, town hall, WPCA, highway, animal control, and also the police, and that's a 5-year breakdown. So that's part of what you saw in your packet as well. But this is the grand total. So did everybody get a packet of this? This one too? Okay. That's just informational. We're still getting requests that come in not knowing that the process has already been started, but that's fine.
Do you know anything about the American Legion?
Other than they're looking for monies to continue on.
I was just wondering what the support equipment he's talking about is.
Didn't specify.
Great support equipment.
I think I can talk to him a little further on that this coming Thursday. Usually comes in on Thursday. All right, item. So there are listing now, we've been updating online for the vacant positions on boards and commissions. You see here, there's a few. We're still looking for, as the public would like to join in, there's a building code, board of appeals. There's one person is needed to fill in. I would like to have a fire marshal. Unfortunately, he doesn't live in town. Therefore, we're still looking for someone who has some experience possibly from the fire departments. Looking for a member for the building code, board of appeals to come in and just get sworn in. So that's number 2. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people looking for 2 regular members and 3 alternates for the Conservation Commission. You've got Economic Development Commission, 1 vacancy there. We have 1 member of the ethics that needs to come in and get sworn in. This is going to be the tough one. This is the Housing Authority. I think it's probably the toughest of all, only because of the way that it reads for the rules that the bylaws, it has to have a resident commissioner. The next one's up. We don't really need to fill in that Open Space Advisory Committee because they're almost done. So those that are listed there should be fine. But Planning and Zoning, elected regular member and a alternate member. And those are the things we're looking for at this time. So we're going to see if we can post this out a little better. I mean, it's online right now, but we'll see if we can post it online. I also included in your packet, there was a vacancy that we had for a clerk position, and so I just wanted to give you a little background as to who this person is. But she has already filled in that position, and we went through the process of finding people that would fill in. But Shannon Johnson is for the Board of Assessment Appeals, I'm sorry. That's Board of Assessment Appeals. I should get you more information on the others too, but you have in your packet what I've been getting lately, which is also the resignation letter from Jared.
But how was this one done? Somebody resigned?
Yes, Ava Colonna resigned.
And the two remaining?
Yes, everybody's appointed on that board. So within the 31st 30-day period, that board found somebody else. Yep. So we will continue looking for people who want to volunteer. That was item 3. Item 4 on your list. We were waiting for the DEEP to give us all the paperwork for the, it says here, discuss and act on bypass and procurement policy for deep aquatic invasive species control grant program. We've donated money in the past from the town of Plainfield to Moosa Pond, and it had helped, but they still want to continue on with that on a regular basis. They found a different company that would come in to help them out. Our grant writer found monies, right there you see $12,000. The problem is that they're waiting for the backup data, because you really can't vote on it unless you have some backup data to share to understand what it was all about. That would be a fair way to do the vote, to accept the monies. And also, the Moosa Pond Association wants to donate in another $4,000 to put into that account. So when we do eventually go to do that, then it'll be done properly. So I would entertain a motion to table this until the next meeting.
So moved. Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, thank you. And now I have a first reading on item number 5 is a first reading. So this takes a little while, it's not something just to jump at right away. So that's why I want to do a first reading, and then the next time we'll come back for a vote. So you have in front of you a Town of Plainfield donation and give policy. We want to make sure we understand how it works. The donation and gift policy also has an acknowledgement page saying that everybody's received it. So once it's completed by us, we just go forward. If you have any questions on this right now, I would direct them to Kelly. She's the one putting it together. And then that way we can see what we'd like to do for the next reading to go forward. So with that, we can go into item number 6, which is the discuss and act on contracting for town hall fire alarm system and town hall sprinkler work. Prior to the meeting, I gave you information on each one. You should have 2 packets. So if you'd like, we can either vote all together or separately, but each one has its own items for what they're doing. I asked our fire marshal to go out there and give me some information on what we need to do to catch up to a lot of this work that needs to be done. It's the second packet, the one that's highlighted in color, that shows you a list of things that started this all off. So there's 2 sections to this. One is we need to catch up on the things that need to be tested. I can't tell you, if we look back, we couldn't find when the things were tested. So he put a list together of the things of their importance. I can read them up here really quickly, but perform a 5-year internal obstruction inspection of a dry system. And he gave the quoted price from the first company. Relocate the inspector's test from the 2nd floor men's bathroom to GAT. There's a price listed there. Third thing was perform a 50-year destruction test of standard response sprinklers. There's a quote there. Fourth thing was perform a 3-year air loss test. And there's a quote listed there. And then the 5th one is perform a 5-year internal inspection for check valves. So these are needed to be done. I asked him then to see as though he got different quotes on each item to see if we can split it up with the monies we have from this year, possibly do some more next year. So the first 2 we wanted to definitely do right away. So that's why I asked him to get quotes for each of those. So if we take them in the order that I had them originally, it's a smaller packet. It says Town Hall Fire Alarm System. So I asked him not only to get the quotes, but also to give me his recommendation of the company that he's worked with in the past or he knows of. So you'll see there the email that was sent out for, and he would like to, his recommendation was to move forward on the fire alarm system, specially designed FASD quote. Now I would say in this one, I did speak with him today about it, making sure that, number one, FASD is the proper company he wants to go with. The second part of that is, do all those three items are they both needed? So on page 1, definitely want to do the annual test and inspection of the fire alarm system and the fire extinguishers. That's for $300. The CLSS pathway LTE communicator, to test those out is $300, but he doesn't know if he needs that. The final one is the monitoring the fire alarm for 1 year. That's $400. This is the company that he's recommending as the possibility that this company would be servicing all of our buildings, and this might be the way to go. So if you do follow through with his recommendation, I would ask that you make sure you motion it like this, to entertain a motion to approve the fire alarm system specialty design for the amount up to $1,000. And that way, if he doesn't have to do the $300 quote for that LTE communicator, then we don't have to, but up to is appropriate.
And what's the quote for the sprinkler work going to be?
Okay, if you want to go to that one?
Are we doing the whole thing?
Whichever way you want to do it. We can talk about that one too. So we were talking about quotes for the sprinkler work, and he had again listed out from the three companies that he found. The first one being Matchless. That's that first page with all those highlights on it. Second one is Encore. And then Impact. It says Impact Fire is the third one. He's had them in. He's reviewed all the needed testing that needs to be done. He got quotes from all of them. And according to his email, both those quotes, the other two quotes, were higher than the original from Matchless. So there's no price on the accelerator from Impact because they wanted to do the test valve and then conduct the test to see if that was even needed. So that would have cost more money on top of that. So that's why he's recommending to stay with Matchless as the preferred vendor. That would be the sprinkler work to be done as listed on items number 1 and 2. When we get more money next year, we'll be doing more of those items.
Okay, so it wouldn't be the whole.
No, you're just looking for, yeah. $52.89?
$5,289.
Yep.
That makes more sense.
So if you want to do it all as one motion or two separate ones, that's fine, whichever way you want to do it. I mean, you could say all the work by Matchless.
I'd rather do it, huh?
You could say all the work by Matchless or separate them out.
Yeah, because this one's different.
Yep.
Yeah, so I'd rather do it separately.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to accept the quote from Fire Alarm Specialty Design for up to $1,000 for the fire alarm system work monitoring.
Okay.
I'll second that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And the second one would be for the town hall sprinkler work.
I'll make a motion to approve Matchless Fire Protection in the amount of $5,200.89 for the work on the sprinkler system.
Art's made that motion,
Sorry, what was that amount?
$5,200.89. That's just those first two items on
The
that.
two items combined, okay. I second that.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. There's only a few other small items I want to point out. One is that we have a winter market coming up at the high school from 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock this Saturday, March 18th. And the other one is just a typo issue that I want to go back and see if we can fix. Crystal, if you wouldn't mind, if you take a look back on the February 13th Board of Selectmen meeting, it was listed as Craig, C-R-A-I-G, but it's actually Greg, G-R-E-G. So we can fix that, that'll be fine. Other than that, no other items? Entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
7:16.